Hi, Leon Lombard here again, and today we are doing the 5th video for the battle of overcoming pornography. And so today's is going to be one of those that we need to struggle with for the rest of our walk while we are here on earth, because this is going to be another thing that we need to daily remind ourselves. So remember, the victory in this isn't just a one-time thing, it's a daily battle. It's a one day at a time victory. And so what I'm going to ask you is to try and memorize a verse. And so the verse I have here today for us is Galatians 2:20. And so I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to tell you how to memorize. Galatians 2:20 says, "I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And the life I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me." So what we're going to do is every time it says I or uses some sort of pronoun that describes us, we're going to say our name. And we're going to remember it this way because what it's going to help us do is live a life in a Christ-like manner that's not based on our feelings or our current emotional status or our current desires, because this verse is going to remind us that we are living for a reality that's much bigger than that. And so the way I do this is I say, Leon, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer Leon who lives, but Christ who lives in Leon. And the life Leon now lives in the flesh, he lives by the faith in the Son of God, who loved Leon and gave himself for Leon. And I know it seems redundant, but what you're doing is you're reminding yourself that you are no longer your own. You have been bought. You are now a servant to the Master, Christ Jesus. And so you are now here to serve him. And so you no longer under your own obligation get to just go and do the things that your flesh feel are necessary, because ultimately your Master, your God, is going to say those are leading to death. I want you to know the new life that you have in me. And so now Leon is no longer the Leon that walked this earth in the flesh. He is now Leon, the Son of God, who walks in the holiness and the righteousness that was given to him by Christ. And so I would ask you to spend some time praying over this verse, supplicating your name in for the I words. And it'll sound funny at first, but after a while it'll become a little bit more real to you, and you'll see that you no longer live, but Christ lives in you, which means he gives you the strength to overcome this daily. And so I challenge you again to just memorize Galatians 2:20 and place your name in the I's.